Hello, everyone. Today I'm joined with Jeff. Mai's taking a personal day to work on her mental health. So while she's away, Los Jefes will play. And today we're talking about Moon Knight, Episode 1, The Goldfish Problem. You can go ahead and stream this over on Disney Plus. It'll be coming out every Wednesday with new episodes for like the next 6 weeks. I think it's only a 6 week show, 6 episode series. All right, Moon Knight, The Goldfish Problem. What are our thoughts? I guess I'll start. I feel like it dragged on a long time. I feel like it felt like this is supposed to be the first part of a 6 hour movie, and the whole episode was just like the introduction. And it works if you binge it. I don't know if it works if you just do this episode by episode, because to me this was just a very long introduction.
I can see
So
that.
I don't know if I have to give it a rating. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. It does not do a good episode, a solo episode at least to me.
I'd give it like a 5 out of 10. I'm
Okay.
not. I wasn't super crazy over it. I definitely I enjoyed what we got. So let me say 6.5.
Well, you can say that. I found this character, Stephen Grant, very annoying.
Really?
I did not like the Stephen character. I hope we don't see too much of it.
Why didn't you like Steven?
I don't know. He just seems so annoying.
I don't think he was that annoying. He was just very confused about why he's waking up,
I don't know. And
and
the
moving
him
trucks
figuring
and
out the days things just really took so long. It's like I feel like you should have realized this so much sooner.
would realize that it's 2 days later instead of just the next day.
I mean, does he not like just wake up, look at his phone, and realize why does his phone say Sunday and not Friday?
I don't know. Does he have a phone?
I mean, he called his mom a lot.
Oh, that's fair.
Like looking at my phone, it tells me the time, Monday, April 4th. At no point did he like look at a phone or a calendar between when he woke up, went to the fish store to get a new fish, to like midnight when he went to dinner.
So I will say this show is very venom with how like he interacts with the you know what it is about this show? I think it suffers from the same problem Eternals had. And that it's like it was very not MCU, but also very MCU. And those two parts would clash with each other a lot, if that makes sense.
I guess it did like have its like MCU funny moments, and then it tried doing some more serious stuff, like the whole being in that village and showing how badass Mark Spector is, but without showing us how badass Mark Spector is because he just blanks out and then everyone's beaten up to a pulp. Like this would have been a good scene to watch, but no, we have to live in Steve Grant's shoes and not see any of this.
I really thought they were gonna switch to Mark Spector for like at least like a one combat scene.
Nope.
I
We
I
got
figured they
multiple
would do
combat
that.
scenes, even against like a hellhound, where we just blank out. I was like, this would have been cool to see, and we didn't.
They should have only did that for like the first half of the episode, the blank out stuff. Like they should have actually let us see it at least for the final fight.
That's what I'm saying. This whole thing was just like pretty much the introduction, the first part of the of a 6 hour movie. They focus too much on it because like they focus on the whole Steve Grant, and we're blacking out anytime Mark Spector thing on for way too long.
Show was very bloody though. Like it was actually surprisingly bloody.
Was it bloody?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Maybe
I might
mine
be thinking
wasn't
of
bloody
Halo.
because I don't have the. I have children's locks on mine because I haven't unlocked it. I've heard Disney Plus was has gone through and edited all the blood and violence out of some of the Punisher and Daredevil shows. So what if
Oh,
they're
really?
two cuts and I just haven't noticed this?
Maybe. I don't know. What was it? Maybe bloody is not the right word. It was violent though. Oh yeah, honestly, there wasn't like really much to say though, because like the show is the first episode itself wasn't that like crazy. It wasn't what I was hoping for, to say the least.
It seemed very underwhelming for me. Like we focus too much on Steve Grant. I really don't like the Steve Grant person. Maybe I'll like Mark Spector or more or any other personalities because he has more than just the two, right?
Yeah, I feel like this should have been a Netflix property. I
It's like, okay.
think I said that before the show even came out. I was like, I kind of wish it came out as like one of the Netflix properties. But now, like after seeing that first episode, and I'm like talking about it with you, and I'm really thinking about it, I kind of really wish it was one of the Netflix properties, like one of those like writers handled it.
More adult. I was like, that's what I was saying. Is like throw this on Hulu or something if you want make it more darker.
Yeah, I mean, because Moon Knight is a very violent show.
And we don't get that. If
No,
anything, we just get Steve eating a steak when he's a vegan.
put it on Hulu with Hit Monkey,
That will be very violent.
the greatest show of all time.
But yeah, no, the most we saw was his fish Nemo dead, and him eating a steak when he's a vegan. That's probably the most violent things we saw.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, anything we want to see change or happen later on?
I would like to see Mark Spector.
I would also like to see Mark Spector or any other personalities that's not Steve Grant.
Yeah, and I would like to actually see like an actual fight.
That would also be nice. Seeing a fight and not just him blanking out would be a nice change of pace.
The thing is,
Maybe
like,
fighting like a hellhound or whatever. Because I'm pretty sure in the trailer, that fight in the museum, we saw the fight in the museum in the trailer. Is he gonna fight another hellhound in the museum, or did they just decide to change that?
maybe in episode 2 they're gonna actually show the fight. You know how people like some people like movies or shows do that. Where like the next episode they actually show what happened.
We are not that big to know what happens later on, but I have heard that other reviewers and podcasters have gotten episode 2, and episode 2 is very like episode 1.
They can. This show cannot flop. I will be so upset.
They said there wasn't too much of a change between episode and episode 2. So 1 and
Even
2.
how wild Moon Knight is, like his character is still very grounded. So like the combat scenes and like the cinematography are like the key point. You know, like how they did with Daredevil or like Punisher and stuff like that. Like those kind of scenes are very important. You know.
I'm sure we'll get them, but from what it sounds like, we're not getting him in episode 1, episode 2. I feel like we're sticking with the Steve Grant blacking out stuff for at least the first 2 episodes. Well, he's figured out what's going on. I was like, Steve should figure this out sooner.
The psychological stuff is interesting, but I don't think they're really doing a good job of like making it interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think
if anything, they're kind of just making him seem really, really crazy with everything, like the tape and the salt circle.
maybe it's just because like it's a bit too jokey. So like the psychological like I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is, but maybe not. I won't even say that it's too jokey. Maybe the type of humor they're using is just not really making
appropriate
like
for
yeah
the context of Moon Knight as a character.
yeah. Well yeah. Oh no. Nah. Think about it. It's probably like a 6.
I'm sticking with my 3 out of 10. I did not enjoy this. I thought we were just focusing too much on Steve, not much of other stuff. I feel like this was just this should either been something we can binge all at once or a movie because they're focusing too much on introducing Steve Grant in this first episode.
It should have been a Netflix property.
Yeah, throw on Netflix or just like do something different than Disney has been doing, and just like here's the whole 6-episode series. Go ahead and binge it because episode by episode, it's not a good watch. I feel like.
So, and I've heard other people say this before. The MCU formula is very strong, but it does not always work. It works most of the time, but it does not work all the time. And I think this is just one of the shows that it's just not going to work with. Well, I mean, who knows? We got, like you said, 4 more episodes or 5 more episodes.
5 more episodes with people who've seen episode 2 saying it's not that much different from episode 1.
I don't want to say give it that 3-episode rule because, like you said, it's like a 6-episode show. So you know, if it takes half the show for it to get interesting, it's already failed.
It's like One Piece where you have to like really invest in it.
Oh, well, no, One Piece is entertaining off rip. Don't do that.
No, One Piece doesn't get interesting till like Anus Lobby.
What? One Piece is interesting even before Arlong Park. Okay, let me not get on a rant about this right now.
All right, anything else we have to say about Moon Knight before we're done talking about this?
Nah, I got nothing to say about Moon Knight.
I think that's about it. I was mostly counting on you and Mai to tell me I'm wrong. There's that Moon Knight's gonna get better because of him in the comics? Because I don't know anything about Moon Knight.
I mean, it'll get the comics are great, but I don't really know if this is doing a great job of telling the story.
Well, I think that's our take. That's our show, Moon Knight episode 1. Go ahead and check us out on our social medias. I'm Haxley GV. You can find me over on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram at Haxley GV. Jeff is around. He'll see y'all if he wants you guys to see him. He's a
Catch me
spy
in the
like that.
multiverse.
And we talk about a lot of things. We play a lot of video games. We'll see you guys around. Adios.